Welcome back to another action figure review. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the new Jazzwares Fortnite 1/18 scale Lynx solo mode action figure. So the action figure still comes in the older style clamshell packages. On the top left we have the Epic Games logo. Just next to that we have ages 8+. And on the far right from top to bottom we have the really nice artwork of the character. In the center we have the Fortnite logo. And in the bottom circle clamshell, we can see the action figure and her harvesting tool. This figure actually has 28 points of articulation, so that is great. And on the very bottom, we have the nameplate, which is Lynx solo mode. There's not much to see on the sides or the bottom, but on the back of the packaging, we have the Fortnite there at the top. Just above that, we have some kind of foil QR code. Below the Fortnite we have the Lynx, and then we have a saying, "Who needs 9 lives when one is enough?" Just below that, across the center, we have also available, showing off several other figures that are currently available when this figure has been released. And there are more dropping soon. The bottom half of the card just shows the legal information, warnings, a bunch of symbols, for companies and safety. And then in the bottom right there we have the UPC. Found this at Walmart. They're like $9.96, something like that, $9.97. They have those weird prices, but it's a really cool looking figure, and I thought it'd be a nice addition to my collection. Here's a look at the card back. It is very nice. It has the purple background, and then we have the nice artwork of Lynx. Down on the left corner there is a Jazzwares logo. It was hidden behind the clamshell, but it is a very nice card back. Okay, now that Lynx has clawed her way out of the packaging, let's go and take a look at the overall aesthetics of the figure in the paint. It looks really cool. Let's start off by taking a look at that head sculpt. Her eyes are painted like light blue. She has nice gunmetal. I'm guessing that's like a helmet. She has 2 light blue stripes on her head. She has her ears. It's really nice. That's the back of it. You can see on the back of her armor, a lot of sculpt work, some black straps. There's a black centerpiece just above the hole in her back for her back bling, which is not included. Nice sculpt work in the chest armor and the waist. Looks very nice. Her arms are two-tone. They have blue at the top, purple there on the forearms. She has a black pad on her shoulder. She has these black wristbands, and she has this gunmetal type of gloves. Moving down the figure, she does have those nice armored thigh plates, and then we have a little bit of coloring there, a little bit of purple around that area. Black knee pads. Then we have the red around her shins and wraps around the back of her calf muscles, and even her feet have really nice sculpt work in them. See if we can get the focus. She has these claws on the front, maybe for like, damage on martial arts kicks, or maybe even climbing. Then they are high-heeled also. Looks really, really nice. I must say, there's been complaints a lot of cartoonish in some of Fortnite figures, but this is pretty cool. I think this could fit into any of your collections. I could see maybe doing a very cool DC Catwoman armored custom. That's kind of what I was thinking about doing with one. Maybe picking an extra one up. That'd be really cool. Make her black with some nice features, and maybe a Catwoman. Give her a whip or something. A couple diamonds. Be really nice. What I'm really impressed about this figure is the overall articulation, especially in the head. So let's take a look. She can look down really nice. She also can look up fantastically. And then we have back to stationary, and we have the side to side, a 360 way around. But just because of that head sculpt, you can get some pretty wild, positions. One of my favorites with this figure is this. If she is now dropping into the battle, she can look straight on, like if she's flying. For me, like this, in my opinion, should be a standard for all action figures, all companies, especially if you have a sniper. If you can get your sniper to look up like that and they're laying down with their sniper rifle, that's fantastic. Or if you have flying characters like Superman, for example, you would want to have that look that she has. I can't currently recall any figures that have that amazing, like perfect range for flying position that Lynx has. I think this is one of the most selling points for this figure, is how awesome that joint is on her neck. I could go on about this neck forever because it gets you all kind of crazy motions. It's amazing, really fantastic on this figure. Okay, for her shoulders, they're on a ball joint to rotate 360. They are on a soft ratchet, so I'd be very careful. They raise up about that much. We have a 360 rotation at the elbow. We have bendable elbows. You hear that soft ratcheting? Yeah, so just be careful and don't put too much force on it. It's fine. It's not going to break. It's just if you want to keep your figures for a long time, you want to take your time. It's perfect. Just about a 90-degree bend. Looks pretty good. Now for her wrist, 360. And on this one we have the in and out like this. That's nice. And on this one, obviously we have the 360, and she has in and out also, because right there is the joint. She does have chest articulation, so we can get, side to sides. We can get another back. And it's with using that amazing head or neck articulation, and the waist will complement that very good. We have a 360 rotation here also. This is all one piece. For the splits, she gets about that much. This way, obviously, you're not going to get too much because of the back side. But her sitting is really good. She has thigh rotation. She has double jointed knees. Just really nice. For her ankles, they do pivot down. They do pivot up pretty far, actually. And 360 rotation. And you can get a little side to side there with the rotation of the ankle. This is a really nice figure. I did like the overall aesthetics of the figure. It was my first impression when I seen it on the shelf, and then I bought it because I think there is actually a shadow version of this coming out, and it's going to probably look amazing because I do like this sculpt. It's sleek. It's done very well. Now for her tail on her back, we have no articulation at all. It's just there. So this is what would be my only complaint with the figure, is that, with all the great vehicles coming out, like the Whiplash and the Cab, you're not be able to sit her in there very well because of this tail. Kind of wish it was okay if it wasn't articulated till we could turn it to the side or up. It would be nice to be able to remove it. I don't think it's removable, but I wouldn't want it too removable where it keeps falling out. I would like a nice tolerance to where I could pull it out but it wouldn't fall out. But that's my only complaint with this figure. This figure is fantastic. I love the overall aesthetics. take a 360 look at this figure because it's well worth the time. She looks fantastic. Her tail has a blue at the top, purple on the most of the tail, and then a black tip. Like I said, this would be a cool Catwoman custom, like an armored Catwoman. Or if you wanted to swap out the head with a different head, maybe. But I think a cool armored Catwoman custom would be a pretty nice idea. Especially like the helmet's a great sculpt. For me, I wouldn't want to be customizing this one. This is so cool. I like it as it is. The colors really pop. It works for the color palette. It looks really nice. And she can stand pretty good for having those high heels, which is relatively a problem for figures that have high heels like the Baroness. But for her accessories, she only comes with one, which is this harvesting tool. She has this nice triple layer here of steel, little nicks. She has a spike on the end, kind of bent neck. This is black shaft. She has a little purple hood at the bottom with more like gunmetal. I love the sculpt of this. It's pretty cool. And the colors, there's a little blue here, and then there's a purple here, which will give this ownership. I love that for weapons because she carries those features on her person. She has that purple, and then obviously the little touches of blue on her helmet, and obviously the gunmetal looks great. So this is a very cool harvesting tool, and it doesn't seem to be too much of a large diameter, so she should be able to hold that. Now obviously the hand's just a little stiff from being new. Oh yeah, she got a nice grip on that. Even for a small frame figure this is, it's a nice diameter for her hands. The hand does wrap around, the thumb wraps around. She's got a nice grip on it. There's no doubt. She can definitely look very cool with this. I'm really happy with this figure. I'm glad that I found it. There's rumors that it was going to be hard to find. There was two on the shelf. There was a Shadow Henchman, a Supersonic, a couple Kit Bashes. I'm not sure if that helps you at all. And do maybe, trying to track it down to see if they got this cases in. Or if you're looking for those other figures, those were on the shelf. I bought one and left one for another collector. I'm hoping not a scalper, or another fellow collector that finds one. It's really nice to walk up on something and find it in the wild. It's really cool. So hard anymore. Yeah, so I highly recommend this figure. This is a fantastic figure. Even if you're not a Fortnite fan and you just love female character action figures at 1/18 scale, she is really cool. You could use her for whatever you wanted. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I've got a lot of great things coming in the future. And don't forget to share the video with all your fellow collectors and friends. Comment down below if you have any questions. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And we will see you in our next review.